So about 2-3 weeks ago, I hurt myself at the gym. So at that time I was doing deadlifts. I think I had 55s on each side. Lunges, I think I had about 25 on each side. And then doing various like single limb exercises and some other things. That day I added on some back squats with 45s on each side, and I have not done that in a while. So that after that day I was feeling a little and then the next day I went to the gym, I modified it. I did some front squats with maybe 10 pounds on each side. So after that day, I went home and my back was shot. So at that point, it like really hurt to just like bend down and just even do this type of motion. So throughout that week, I was unable to actually go to the gym, but I was able to do some other exercises at home to improve my mobility, my core activation, things of that sort. My back injury is going to be different than your back injury. So some people may be able to just modify their lifts by maybe just critiquing their form. Maybe their form was off and that could kind of fix their pain. Others, if it's a little bit more severe, they might need to take a significant amount of time off, but that doesn't mean you have to do necessarily nothing during that time period. So like for the first week, I was just doing pretty much mobility exercises, gentle strengthening, and some like functional movements, typical movements that I do like in my gym regimen, but with no load. I was trying to reduce my pain in that time period because at that time it was just hard for me to even just like bend down. Like literally it looked like this, and then like slowly as like the week progressed, I was able to go lower and lower into the motion. And that's a typical gym exercise. That's a hinge. So the second week, which was last week, I was able to do lighter load at the gym. So doing like 25-pound dumbbell exercises, things of that sort. And this week I'm feeling even better. So this week I did, I think 45 pounds the last time. So I felt really good after doing it. I don't have much soreness other than like the typical like workout soreness. But I've been feeling pretty good. So hopefully next week I am crossing my fingers and doing all the things that I need to get back to doing this next week. This week I will be back at my barbell RDLs because that has become one of my favorite exercises. I think next week I'm on track to kind of resume the load that I was doing last week. The thing that I will change about my program that I'm not too fond of is I'm not sure if I'm going to be continuing to do back squats, partially due to the fact that that's how I think I hurt myself in the first place. What I will be doing instead is I'm not going to be eliminating squats entirely. I think I'm going to be doing a lot more front squats just because I think the back squat causes too much posterior compression on my lower back, especially as I lower into probably about this like 90 degrees range. Yes, I'm able to control it a little bit more. Maybe my form is off that day, but I think just doing the front loaded squats is gonna be better just to increase my core activation and maybe do a little bit more stretch through my back. I want to say if this is an ongoing issue, please get this checked out by a local physical therapist. They will be able to examine your body mechanics and look and see if there's any potentially really bad going on. Things like numbness, tingling, symptoms in your legs are red flags to look out for. That means you should really get in there to go see a local physical therapist. So make sure you do that. You have happened to just hurt yourself recently. So first off, I want to make sure that you're working on your form. So make sure when you're doing these exercises, you have proper form. Second, make sure you're able to control the range of motion. If you do not control the range of motion, you're going to compensate with other body parts, and that's what causes pain and injury. So if you don't have the range of motion, make sure you're working on controlling that range of motion. Go in a range of motion that you feel is comfortable for you, and as you get better and better, you're able to go lower or higher in the range of motion depending on the type of exercise. Number 3, make sure you're not using a load that's too much. So if you're using a load that's too much, you're gonna compensate with stronger muscles that could potentially lead to pain long term. So sometimes it's good to kind of reduce a load for now, get a little bit better, get a little bit stronger in this exercise, and then gradually increase the load. Also, you want to make sure you're taking adequate rest days, getting enough proper nutrition, managing your stress, things of that sort. Those will all play into why you're getting injured and potentially causing pain long term. So if you feel like you're getting pain, you feel like you're scared that you're going to get injured in your workout program because you really don't know what to do, or you feel like the person you're working with doesn't really know what they're doing when it comes to dealing with your source of pain, make sure you check out my one-on-one holistic fitness coaching programs. You're going to see the link in the description below, so make sure you check it out. You can book a consult with me, or you can follow me on Instagram at Dr.EASA Maria. Follow me on Instagram where I post a whole bunch of different tips. So see you soon.